Hey, what's up, everybody? I just got done finishing Anthony Robbins' book, Poder Sin Límites or Unlimited Power. And today I wanted to talk about something that's called the secret or the law of attraction. Now they're even calling it the law of assumption. And the secret, basically, I learned it when I was about 15, 16, I think. I must have seen it on YouTube or somewhere. And this brought me to the belief of believing, right? That what you think about manifests in your life. So, we're always stuck thinking the same things, and that's okay if that's what you want. But if you want change, you have to start to think differently, right? You're not going to receive that change until you start to think differently. I mean, I could think of one way to change, and that's by physically changing from the area that you're at. If you change to a different city or a different country or even a different work or a job, you can have different ideas. But I mean, it's the same thing. You still have to think differently if you want to have things differently, right? So when I was about 16, I learned the power of believing and how believing affects your reality, right? And then when I was about 19, I started to read this book, Unlimited Power. My cousin let me borrow it, but I didn't finish it. I got about halfway through it. And in it, Tony Robbins taught me again the power of the secret of believing. There's a lot of good tips, a lot of practical tips, as in, for example, when you're feeling bad, you have to look up, smile, right? Force yourself to smile because that will fire the correct neurons in your brain, and that will make you feel good, right? Because those are the things that happen when you feel good naturally, right? But you're really provoking it. Um, so then, I started to read the book, and I started to, I don't want to say that what I've thought about becomes true, but you have beliefs, right? And you have to make sure that those beliefs are positive for you or beneficial for you in your life. So with this book, the last chapter, the one that I just finished off right now, he talks about how you got to talk about this. You got to share it with people. You have to let people know there's hope. It doesn't matter how bad the situation you think you are in is. You're still able to come out at the other end of the tunnel, right? So just recently, I bought this book and I started to read it, and then I came across another book by Joe Dispenza called Breaking the Habit, or in Spanish, Deja de ser tú, or Stop Being Yourself, right? And you're kind of like, whoa, what do you mean stop being me? Well, yeah, stop being yourself. Stop being you. If you want different results, if you want a different life, stop being who you've always been. And lately, I think, and popularly, it's become like a buzzword, this visualize, manifest, visualize and manifest. And I think that kind of takes away the value of those words, because it is true. You do have to honestly think about the good things that you want in your future, in your life, and you have to think about it, manifest them, right? But it goes deeper than that, and this is where the law of assumption comes in, which I just heard about from Prince Ea, or EA. And it basically says that you need, and Joe Dispenza talks about this too, you need to feel it, right? They say, this author said, the secret is in the feeling, right? You need to feel it. And Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit, is also practical. He also gives you meditation tips and tips on how to soul search, how to really identify who you are, where are your weaknesses, because a lot of things are basically old habits that you picked up on or that you started to do when you were in your past life or in the past, right? And they worked back then, but now they're not necessary. So you need to identify them, and you need to replace them with other habits that are functional for your present, right? So this is kind of my way of sharing the secret, the law of attraction. What I do now is, I have some pictures of the things I want, like a nice house, a pool, and and I have this list of things, such as I have 2020 vision, things that aren't true, but I want them to be true. So I say them every day. And what's more important is actually, meditating that those ideas that you want, picturing every detail. How is it going to be stepping into your new house? How is it going to feel like when you have 2020 vision, right? Because the mind, as Prince Ia says, it doesn't really distinguish between what you're imagining and what's real, right? For the mind, if you're imagining something and you're meditating and you're thinking about, oh, this is going to happen, and this is the way it's going to happen, and you get lost in that thought, the brain doesn't know. And then eventually, like they said, it's going to be not the first time you do it, but like the 1,000th time you do it, right? So yeah, that's the power of The Secret, the law of attraction, and kind of a little bit of my history with it. So yeah, if it's of interest to you, I recommend you use it, recommend the books, and I'll see you all next time.